So, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome. Today we are going to look at the concept of water cycle, and we are also going to explain the key aspect of the water cycle. So, generally, actually, in water cycle, on Earth usually remain constant. And of course, when the sunlight heat of the water from the sea, the river, from the plant, it usually evaporates and then it's now condensed to form cloud and then later come back as a rain via precipitation method. So now let's look at the step one after the other. And of course, let's start with water cycle. So water on earth is constantly moving and it is recycled over and over again. And this recycling process is called the water cycle. So generally water on earth, what is usually happening is it usually evaporates, form a cloud, and then come back as a rain. So it keeps as a cycle. When the sunlight heat of land, sea, and lakes, the water will now evaporate. And of course, from the plant usually transpirates. So through the process of transpiration, plant also releases vapor to the atmosphere. At the same time, also sunlight when heat of the water and the land, also the water evaporates and move to the atmosphere. And all those water, when actually they get off into the water, to the atmosphere, they condense from a cloud through the process called condensation. And then later it will form a cloud. And then the cloud will now come back as a rain, come back to the surface of the earth. So that is how actually water cycle is. So water on earth is usually constant, is constantly moving, and the amount remains the same because as water evaporates, then it also come back as a form of rain. So now let's look at it. What is water cycle? So water evaporates into the air. So like for example here, look at it when the sun here, when the sun heats water, it usually form a warm ocean surface. So the warm ocean surface will now evaporate, rising water vapor. So usually it started from the sun. So when a sun heats of lakes, ocean, and other water bodies, the water will become very warm and then start evaporating. So that is the first step of water cycle. And then after that, the next step is the formation of the cloud, how water form, how the vapor condensed into a cloud. So water vapor in the air cools down and then changes back into a tiny droplets or into a tiny drops of liquids water forming a cloud. So actually when the water goes to the atmosphere after heating by the sun, then it now form a cloud. After forming the cloud, then the next thing is the water will now falls as precipitation. So the cloud get heavy and water falls back to the ground in the form of rain or snow. So this is actually a water cycle, which is the tree, which is actually through first through evaporation, then condensation, and then followed by precipitation. And then the water returns into the sea. So rainwater runs over the land and collect in lakes or rivers, such which take it back to the sea. So the cycle starts over again. So actually, when the water fall over the land, and then the lakes, the rivers, and other oceans will now collect that water back. And then the cycle start over again. So this is actually the four basic water cycles. And I hope this video will be of help. And if this is the first time you're coming to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Thank you.